Hello, good afternoon mga kaibigan. This is G3 and of course we are here sa RGCP Year-End event and we have a very special guest with us. Isa sa mga malulupit na artists dito sa Pilipinas and it's none other than Mr. Harem Rempillo for HaremxCustoms or H.
Yeah.
For short.
Yes.
Sir, kamusta naman po?
It's a good experience being here in my own element. Kasi retro gaming community to eh. So, it's good to be here. Thank you for having me.
Right. And if you don't know, siya po ang creator ng OG Retro. Na nandun, papakita natin yan later on, no? Makikita natin sa B-rolls yan. Pero isa siya sa mga magagaling na creators dito sa Pilipinas. And we can't have enough of artists here in the Philippines. No? Sobrang solid. So, H, what was your inspiration behind everything that you've created so far?
All of my arts and of course retro was based on my childhood, which is Nintendo. Merong party PlayStation, but of course Nintendo will always be a big part of my arts. Like all my customs would have a Nintendo flair on them. Retro is a splitting image of a Famicom controller. And he's called the Rage Controller. Nga pala. Why? Because I'm a frustrated pro gamer and I control my rage so that I will not quit. yun. Kaya si Retro na ganon. Parang, sige, rock on lang tayo.
Frustrated programmer. So, can you expound on that? Ano yung pagiging programmer mo? What game was that?
Yes, Splatoon. Right now, it's Splatoon. I'd go online just to play with like the people around the world that plays it. And I would always have that frustration na, bakit hindi ako manalo-nalo pag ito na sila? Yan. So, yun.
I love it. So up until now, you're still gaming. You're creating art na pinapakilala mo sa lahat ng tao sa buong mundo, whether Filipino man siya o ibang ano. So aside from here sa RGC, saan pa yung mga events na napuntahan mo?
I was with Unbox Fest last month. The month before Unbox Fest, I have a toy that was featured in New York Comic Con. I was part of the Martian Toys DR76 custom show. Our Toys PH, that's the one who parang siya yung pinakamalaking art toys na promoter in the Philippines, would always invite me for shows. Like Jed Madela's Voodoo. Earlier this year, I was invited for that. And of course, we have our own group, which is Custom Creative Group. We have 2 shows already. We're trying to veer away from the typical toy cons. So, ang ginagawa ni Custom Creative Group, we would promote art toys from a convention that doesn't have art toys in it. Parang katulad nung pag-invite sa akin ni chairman here, this was supposed to be just for retro gaming and retro stuff. But mine is invited para ma-feature na the designer to or the art toy sa mismong community.
Iba rin talaga ang community na to, no? Now, both BJ and I are toy collectors ourselves. Basically, we're not as big as those that we know, no? Pero ikaw, BJ, are you interested in collecting art?
I mean, personally, ako kasi I only started to appreciate art toys as it was introduced to me by our good friend Lee, who is watching right now. What's up, Palitz, man? And to be honest, I haven't been introduced to that culture, to that community prior. And when I saw his work, the retro thing, and particularly the Good Boy variant, I really got interested. And if there's one toy that I would probably get, that's probably him.
Thank you.
Simply because of the Good Boy variant. Pero tell us about how the Good Boy variant came to be, because it was very close to my heart. Also, the Good Boy, as bootleg as it comes. Okay, the Good Boy was a good boy. with the red thing in the middle. Pero sige, you got retro, which is, as you said, a splitting image on a Famicom computer. And then you have the black and white one, which was based on a Good Boy. Can you tell us about that, how it came to be, and share us how you came up with that second version?
Ayun. So, I have retro already, the OG colors. And then, I was going through the page of Retro Gamer PH. And then, the first one that I flipped was a Good Boy. And it reminded me of how the Good Boy went into my life. So, back in the days, tanda ko talaga. Parang tanda na. Parang back in the days.
Well, back in my day.
So back in the days, my dad had a backup plan when my brother broke the Famicom. Good Boy was cheaper, way cheaper than Famicom. So that was the backup. Since nasira na si Famicom, gusto pa rin namin maglaro, Good Boy was the backup plan. So he was a good boy.
It was a good boy. I mean, I remember Trickster and I would spend hours and hours playing with the Good Boy because I know when my mom comes home, she's gonna start playing Battle City, and that's it. Wala na, magagamit yun.
And the Good Boy controller is so much better than the Famicom. The D-pad itself. So parang ang sarap maglaro ng Mario.
Correct.
Hindi na siya yung sticky. The original Famicom back in the 90s, not the controllers now. The D-pad was tough as nails, right? So when the Good Boy came in, parang, uy, ang sarap. Pag naghahadukan ka na sa Street Fighter, parang, uy, hindi na ganun. Parang, uy, pwede na yun. So, yun.
Also kind of reminded us that it felt like a Sega Genesis controller.
Exactly. Para siyang Sega na masarap nang galawin yung D-pad.
Correct. Now, I'm just curious, of all the things that you could have gotten based on retro, why choose the controller?
Because I think it's because I've never seen any designer toy like that. Merong early 2010s, I saw a vinyl toy that is an NES cartridge.
Talaga? I was gonna ask you, there was a cartridge.
There was a cartridge and it was like 8 inches tall. I think it's from Marshall Toys. If I'm not mistaken. Nung nakita ko yun, parang, uy, sobrang solid ng design. Literal na ginawa siyang anthropomorphic yung mismong cartridge. But here in the Philippines, there's no one that has made that. Parang, sige, let's start with the OG for me, which is the Famicom. Kasi si Game Boy, marami ng artist ang gumawa ng Game Boy. I actually met the one who made the Box Cat Game Boy. She's a Korean. I met her nung ToyCon, nung September. Yun. So, pinagtabi niya yung toy namin. Tuwa siya. Parang, ako rin, sobrang tuwa nung nakilala ko. Uy, Game Boy. So, yun. I started with the OG Retro. Kasi siya talaga yung mas malapit sa puso ko. May kapatid yan, si Classic. When retro is mentioned, Famicom ang pumapasok sa utak ko eh. Pero pag sinabi nila, uy, classic gaming console, pumapasok sa isip ko, the American version.
Yes.
So meron siyang kapatid, si Classic.
Yun ang nagkaroon ako. Well, Famicom din. Pero yung sa akin talaga was the NES.
Ang mahal ng NES eh.
True. You can't
Joke lang yun.
Ang mahal ng NES back in the day. The Famicom, since it was released like in the PAL region, it's way cheaper than the
it's from Japan.
NES.
It's very near here. NES US pa yan.
So, tapos yung cartridge pa, mas mura yung sa Japan. Yung kasi maliit lang. The NES cartridge, the bigger ones, with the boxes itself, noon, sobrang mahal na tignan yun from your allowance.
And it was really expensive eh. When I tried to buy, expensive talaga. So, syempre, bibili tayo ng mga, hindi expensive, yung nandun na lahat ng gusto na.
Ayun.
Alright, sir, take us home, with the success of your toy line. And I know it's on sale today, and only today for a limited run. Where can we see you again? If ever it gets sold out today, where can we get more of it? And then which events are you going to be showing up to, and where would you be going next?
Alright, so all my toys, my designs are, well, you can visit my page, FB and IG at HaremxCustoms. So, punta lang kayo, like nyo yung page. May ongoing akong art collab challenge. So if you're into arts, you're into digital, traditional, or whatever arts, you can send me an entry. Kasi ang first prize ko doon is a blank retro. So mamimigay ako ng isang blank retro. Ang blank retros ko kasi limited to 20 pieces lang. So bilang din siya, and it's good for customizing. So I already sent 3 out. So si 4 out of 20 ang mapapanalunan doon.
Would it be great to have Super Nintendo colors?
Yeah, on that thing.
How about a G3
Oh!
colorway?
Why not?
A one-off G3 colorway coming up.
Yan! Abangan nyo yan.
You heard that here, exclusive, man.
Copy for sale.
And
It's for G3. It's for G3.
I did see something. Aren't we going to show something that you showed me earlier? The thing that you saw at the back.
Oh,
Talking about something that's not for sale. So I was sitting at the back, right? I was sitting after doing my rounds. And we got something, a very special gift.
there's a story eh. So kanina nakatayo ako and someone handed me something. Sobrang sabi, ha? Ano to? Tapos pagtingin ko, si H. Oh pare, pagtingin ko. Dude.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a doodle of like the G3 logo plus the 2 sweet rock on of retro.
He did it here. Dito lang. Kanina lang. As in kanina.
As in now lang.
As in now lang. Thank you very much, man. Thank you, Harem, for this. This is very, very special. Retro Harem.
We're definitely gonna hold that for forever. Thank you.
Thank you guys for having me.
Oh, our pleasure, our pleasure. There you have it. Sir Retro Harem is here. We're on the last day of RGCP, and we are just beginning to enjoy the evening. We're going to be here until 7 o'clock in the evening, but thank you very much for joining in. This is your host, BJG. That's Nosh. This is the legendary creator, Harem Retro. We'll catch you guys soon. Bye-bye.